Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, it's your boy Sam B right here with the Tune Up Show, and I'm back, baby. I'm back, and we are going in depth, in depth, in depth. So, yeah. So, hope everybody had a great weekend. I had to work overnight. Uh, Man, tired. I think I slept all morning, um, and all last night. But here's the thing. Um, I guess I kind of lost my temper in my last video I just uploaded. I was getting very, very frustrated with YouTube. And like I said, I'm still new to this platform. And I'm still new to it. So for anybody who saw it, that was just me in my frustration mode. But I'm over it now. It is what it is. They're going to have their bots. They're going to have their technology. And at the end of the day, I'm going to have my words. So we're just going to move on. All right. So uh, during this week, I've been talking with a lot of people, and just in life, we all have our relationship questions, and and not so many answers. We're not really, and there's not too many people out there that is trying to tackle a lot of these relationship questions. That's why a lot of men and a lot of women are most likely left in the dark. Instead of answering a straight up relationship or marital question, you get tossed a Tinder app, or you get tossed a dating app and say, "Oh, why don't you try this app?" I have plenty, and that doesn't look texting, messaging, look. That's not real contact. Okay, it's not real contact. Um, all right, a lot of people have went in on the whole dating app aspect of life. It's so bad. It's really bad. It's not good. People really should be trying to date with intent. All right, and that means intent on either marriage or long term, because the conversation I was having with a couple of my homies, a couple of my boys, and we're just always talking about we, and like most men, hey, what's up with these females today? Like, what the hell's going on? I mean, is it a gender war? Is it a power shift? So I gladly tell men all the time. I say, hey, it's all the above. It's everything. The woman has declared independence from man in 1848 due to Elizabeth Cady Stanton. And with the help of Frederick Douglass. All right, I depicted that in my video. Should men get married in 2021 and beyond? All right. So, men, you got to go into these relationships with these females knowing that these women are able, by law, they are allowed to move as freely as you are. Okay, that's what they're allowed to do. So you, as men, you have to fight back with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding about the country and the world that you're living in. Okay, most women of the first worlds, America, UK, all hell, even in Saudi Arabia now. All right, even in Saudi Arabia, women are allowed. They're allowed to do certain things, and so I just want to get to this meme that's apparently going around, then made its way to me. So I had no choice but to talk about it. So I'm gonna take a look at it. All right. So this meme says, "Did you know the average woman has had sex with over 100 different men before she reaches the age of 30?" That is some feat. That is some. I mean, in some circles, that'd be an accomplishment. I know in the liberal women's circle, that's considered. Oh well, she's in she's in full control of her sexuality. But mostly that right there, if you have over 1,000 I mean, and that goes for men and women. 1,000 partners, that's a lot. That's a lot going on. I mean, there's only 365 days in a year. So if you have 1,000 multiple partners, that means You've been working on that list for about well over. You spent 4 years of your life being a, you know, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, by age of 30, like by age of 30, most women they're married and they didn't have about 2, 3 kids. You know, but I just find it very telling. Why would they use the number 1,000? Why 1,000? You know, and before the age of 30, right? And like I said, I don't know how real this is. I don't think this is a real statistic. The average woman, I mean, we're talking at least the average woman. Yeah, that number makes up at least 65% of the population. Okay, the average woman, that's a lot of women. And there's not and you know, you can believe what you want, but I believe God made it so where there's always going to be more women than men on this earth. Okay? At least 10 to 1. So for one woman to have sought out 1,000 different men, I do find that a bit troubling. I wonder if this I don't think it's this woman right here. I mean, I don't. This is probably just a picture, but a woman that has that many partners, it's been proven, scientifically and realistically, that a lot of time women that have a lot of male partners like that, most likely they've been sexed out at a very young age. And what I mean sexed out means that they were introduced to that sexual world well before they were a teenager, probably before they even had their first period. All right. I'm not being crass or vulgar. I'm just saying the truth. So, like I said, so the number 1,000 and age 30, that was very telling to me. All right. So I just want to bring something up real fast. All right. So it led me to this. King Solomon in the Bible, First Kings chapter 11, verse 1. I'm just going to read a little bit of this because that was a very telling number. And, I'm just going to read it. Well, I'm going to give some context for people that don't read the Bible a lot. So King Solomon, son of King David, he was known to be the wisest man in the land, and women, men, everyone came from all over to see this great king, this smart, this wise king, tackle all of the kingdom's issues, and he was able to. He had a great intuition. I would say the discernment spirituality was definitely on this man. He was able to, pretty much know what somebody was about. So, I mean, he goes down as a king that was a really good judge of character. All right. Very wise man. But also he loved the woman. I mean, this man, he loved him some women. So we're going to read on. But King Solomon loved many strange women together with the daughter of Pharaoh, woman of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites. And for people who are, the Edomites, those are descendants of Esau, for brothers or people that are in the know, the Edomites of Esau. These were fair-skinned people. All right. These people were fair-skinned, what you will call right today Caucasian. All right. So even then, the Caucasian women definitely did not mind her men of a dark complexion. All right. So let's read on. And that's just what it is, guys. I mean, look, everybody who's anybody, look, you like who you like, you love who you love. But look, white women, they love them some black men. All right. And I'm not casting any dispersions on white men. Look, you know it, I know it, they know it. All right. White women love them some black men. All right. Now, it's not all black men, but they get the right one. Best believe if she pregnant, don't be surprised that baby come out with a little bit of melon. All right. Watch the movie Mandingo. All right, watch that movie Mandingo. It was made in the early 70s, late 60s. Yeah, watch that movie. See what happens. That's a very telling movie. But anyway, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Now, God basically was telling the people of Israel, hey, don't even bother these women. Don't let these women into your camps. Don't let them into your lives, because these women, they're out here, they're worshiping other gods, they're doing silly things. A lot of these women were of a promiscuous behavior. All right, so let's keep reading. So Solomon clave unto these in love, and so Solomon was like, look, man, I gotta have them all. Solomon was out there playing Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. You know what I mean? That's what he wanted. So he says here he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. Now the concubines would be today known as your jump offs. They be known as today as the chick that's down for whatever. Like, she's not married, she's for the streets. Most likely she be your Brittany Renner. You know what I mean? But the tides have changed to where a woman like Brittany Renner, and women just like her, this is a woman that prides herself on being able to finesse men, finesse them for certain monetary gain in exchange for her body. You can do what you want with her body. And lately she's been able to finesse PJ Washington of the what's that guy play for? Hornets. Yeah, I believe Charlotte Hornets. And she was able to finesse this man. I don't know how. I mean, I guess what, $200,000 a month, $200,000 a month just to be with her own child. So right then and there, gentlemen, that should really go. I mean, it goes back to, should men get married in 2021? Look, you don't even have to get married to lose half of your stuff. These women, they out here taking men's full paycheck just by getting pregnant. All right, but let's continue. All right, for it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father. And see, Solomon, he became vexed. He had a lot of women. So if a man's heart becomes imperfect just by having all those women, and he was a king. He was a king. They had 700 wives and 300 concubines. He was a king, and he ended up still having issues. All right? So let's ask ourselves, what does that mean for women? What does that mean? What does that mean for women, okay, that feel like they can do this? Because see, I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna give you some insight real fast. Okay, there's a gender war between men and female. There's a power shift that's happening. Sometimes it happens real fast, sometimes, but it's not a full power shift. But it is a shifting of powers from the man to the woman. Just like I discussed in my video, my 2-part video series, should men get married in 2021? Right? And women, they have already declared their independence from men. That means that they get to have their own debt. They get to make their own money. They get to own their own property. They get to date and marry and have sex with whoever they want. So right now, I don't care. Look, I tell men all the time, I don't care who your girl is. All right? When you got memes like this that are being spread around, it may not even be real, but to the impressionable woman, she may think that's a good idea. All right, now there's different kind of numerologies when it comes to the number 1,000. The number 1,000 means that, hey, you gain a great wisdom or confidence in life. and you're able to tackle the rest of your life. So when I read that verse, when I read this meaning, that automatically brought me to King Solomon. And so, this right here was very telling. I mean, it's telling on society itself, where, well, King Solomon had 1,000 women. Well, I'm a woman. Why can't I have 1,000 men? Well, there's reasons for that. There's reasons why women shouldn't. Look, here's the thing. I know a lot of women are probably going to listen to this and read this. Well, men do it. Well, I just explained that, yes, it's bad for men to have that many wives or women in his harem. It's just not good, because sex is also a spiritual thing. All right. And I explain this to my son. I explain this to a lot of young brothers. Sex is very telling. If you ever wonder why a woman is batshit crazy, just ask her how many partners she had. That's how many spirits she got up in her. You know what I mean? That's how many. That's how as many. Cause see, men, we our sexual genitalia is outward. Women, your sexual genitalia is inward. So women in nature, you are a receiver. Okay, so everything that's inside that man, his head, his heart, his brain, his scrotum, you're accepting all that. You're receiving all of it. You're receiving all his energy. You're receiving all his mentality, his spirituality, everything about him. You're receiving. Okay, this is why it is more dangerous for a woman to have this many male participants, and I'm talking about the heterosexual woman. I mean, I don't really know too much about lesbianism and stuff, but if a woman has 1,000 women as partners, well, shit, she can't be too, screwed in the head, right, either. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, women don't even like each other. They just tolerate each other. But that's another story. But and that's what I'm saying. So I did a bit more research, and I came across, all right? This article. All right? Came across this article. All right. So I came across this article. It's from the Heritage Foundation. And it was from June 26, 2003. And this is Harmful Effects of Early Sexual Activity and Multiple Sexual Partners Among Women, a book of charts. All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to read some of this. If you're interested, hey, look it up. I'll add a hyperlink once I upload it. So we're going to read on. We're going to read a little bit. All right. Now, this is what the American Heritage has to say about it. And we're just going to read the introduction. We're going to try to skim through it. All right. Initiation of sexual activity and number of sex partners. The earlier a woman begins sexual activity, the more sexual partners she is likely to have during her lifetime. Girls who begin voluntary sexual activity at ages 13 or 14 will have, on average, more than 13 voluntary non-marital sex partners during their lives. By contrast, women who begin, and honestly, and look, we're in 2021, so that was by far 19 years ago. So we look at it now, we can probably say that number has probably doubled, maybe even tripled, especially with OnlyFans, Instagram Live, Snapchat. If all that came into about, yeah, we can pretty much say within the last 19 years, that number has doubled. All right. Most likely, and then next year it'll be 20 years. So let's just say, keep it in perspective, it's been 20 years since 2000. Well, no. Okay, 19 years. It's been 19 years. 19 years. So, yeah, I believe that number is doubled. Everything here, I believe it's doubled since 2003. But here it is. By contrast, women begin sexual activity in their early 20s will have on average 2.7 sexual partners during their lives. Now, what's up with this 2.7? Like, what is the seven? What would we counting fellatio or something? Hand jobs? Like, I mean, you're either having sex or you're not. All right, they kill me with this 2.5, 2.7. Look, it's sex or sex. If you didn't have sex with the person, it's not counted. All right. I mean, let's be real. Women who begin sexual activity at early ages also have a far higher turnover rates among sexual partners. The sex partner turnover rate may be defined as the number of sex partners per year of sexual activity. Women who become sexually active at ages 13 to 14 have a sex partner turnover rate that is 4 times higher than the rate found among those who initiate sex activity in their early 20s. So they're dealing with women that were girls that most likely, it was that one older guy, that one 18, 17, 19, and yes, it's happening. Okay. If your daughter's out here 13, 14, she's all over TikTok. All right. She's on Instagram Live showing all her goods on 13, 14. 9 times out of 10, there's a guy out there that saw something he liked and he went after it. And most likely, yes, her sexual drive was jump started at 12, 13, 14. And they're actually being really, they're being very modest with these numbers. I believe these numbers, even back in 2003, these numbers are definitely very, very pleasant to the eye. All right. I think they're just being nice. I believe even then it was probably doubled. But let's continue. Negative consequences of early sexual activity. Beginning sexual activity at an early age is likely to have permanent negative consequences on the lives of young women. These enduring negative effects can be physical, psychological, social, and economic. The harmful effects are most pronounced for women who begin sexual activity in teen years. Many will be passed on to future generations. Data from the NSFG showcase the negative consequences of early sexual activity, which include the following: beginning sexual activity at a young age greatly increases the probability of becoming infected with sexually transmitted diseases, STDs. Girls who begin sexual activity at age 13 are twice as likely to become affected by an STD as girls who started sexual. Well, that's true. I mean, you have women, you have guys that young, they still don't know how to bathe, So yeah, I mean, especially if you're just out here, especially how girls are able to just walk around. I mean, especially if they don't have the father and a functioning mother in their life. Yeah, that 13-year-old girl, especially if she doesn't look 13, she doesn't look 14 or 15. Yes, most likely there's going to be some guys out there that's like, yo, I don't care how old she is. You know what I mean? Like a lot of dudes are like that. They look at it like, oh, if it's grass on the field, I'm going to play. Like it's really crazy out here. I mean, but here it is. Let's continue. Women who begin sexual activity at an early age are far more likely to become pregnant and give birth out of wedlock. Nearly 40% of girls who commence sexual activity at ages 13 or 14 will give birth outside of marriage. By contrast, 9% of women who begin sexual activities at 21 or 22 will give birth outside of marriage. All right. So that's just the forefront of it all. This is a bit of a mock-up of a graph of a girl that's 12 and younger would have had this amount of partners by age 26, 20, 30, whatever. But that whole thousand thing, that's very telling in itself as well. I mean, that's pretty crazy. All right. You know what I mean? That's a little nuts right there. But what we're going to do is we're going to go. I don't watch, YouTube. I don't know what was it called?
Obviously,
It was called The Bachelorette. I knew a few girls that watched that stuff, and they, and I think that it wasn't so much more of the whole promiscuous thing, the whole thing of where it looked like, oh, she's just being a hoe. I think it was just the whole thing of, oh, this is choosing. You're choosing. I'm choosing the man I want because I'm a woman. Hear me roar. And I was like, all right, well, whatever. So just going to play some of this. All right. And now this guy, he supposedly went off on the Bachelorette and pretty much told her exactly who and what he thought about her. And like I said, this is just another story of women being able to just, and like I said, guys, this is no disparaging on women. Hey, look up Elizabeth Cady Stanton. All right. Look her up. Look up Elizabeth Cady Stanton. This is a woman. She wrote the manifesto for the Declaration of Independence for Women. All right, that's her, and with the help of a so-called black man, Frederick Douglass. All right, she was able to achieve this. All right, so the black man and the white woman, hey man, they look. All right, so it's a lot of telling, especially black men. Black men, you got to be careful of how you're dealing with these women out here, because see, they're Caucasian man, they're going to tell them no from the jump. They said no. All right. But see, black man, you got to stop wanting to be validated so much. All right. Because women know that, the Caucasian man knows that. They all know it. So you owe it to yourself to, you owe it to yourself to be more aware, to be more astute of your company that you keep. And that's including women. All right? So, we're gonna play a little bit of this. Let's see what happens.
and good feelings you had, it all changed dramatically after the strip dodgeball date. A date you weren't even on. What was it that struck such a chord with you?
There were some red flags that popped up on our first group date, actually. And then the strip dodgeball was definitely something that I did not agree with. But it was more than that. It was the actual fact of the humiliation.
See that? Now he put his head down. Now, like I said, this is a so-called black man. I'm like, well, what's your problem? He obviously has a problem, and he's looking at the guy Yusef. He's like, hey, you guys should have a problem too. Like we're just a bunch of dancing marionettes without the strings for this woman, and she just sitting back laughing and being able to choose, and it's all a joke to her. But this so-called black man, he's having a hard time understanding what being a simp is. And I mean, look, I don't know this guy, but I can bet my bottom dollar that most likely he was raised by a single mother that most likely didn't teach him how to be a man, but more than likely taught him to be a servant of the woman. All right, because I asked a lot of guys that, and they tend to get upset with me. I asked them, especially black men. I said, hey, I know you love your mother. I know that you want her. I know you want to believe that she meant well. But there's a lot of black women out here that are deliberately and purposefully raising their sons to be servants of women. And I think this guy Yusef caught on to that, and he's calling out the whole show. But let's continue.
The actual fact of the humiliation for the losing team. I'm a very outspoken person. I'm going to speak my mind, and I think everyone deserves that honesty. And I was raw, but I don't regret sticking up for these guys. I would do
sticking up for us.
Yeah.
Okay, I was on a date.
Yeah,
I was too, and so was Damar.
Yeah.
We actually were three of the most naked guys, I think. I don't have did you have a problem?
No.
At the end of the day, Yos.
most likely these guys are pansexuals. Any man any man, the supposed straight man, any supposed straight man that is willing to get undressed in front of other men while they get undressed and is at the beckoning call of a woman, most likely these guys are pansexual. And I think that that's probably why the guy Yusef wasn't on the date, because she probably saw that in him. And you know, I was told that a lot of these games that they play on these shows, the people are told ahead of time. All right, they're told ahead of time. A lot of these reality shows are already pre-written. All right, they're already they're already aired. I mean, they're already pre-recorded. A lot of these, 99% of these reality shows, they're already pre-recorded. A lot of fast cuts, a lot of fast edits, especially that Kardashian show. Yeah, and if you got a woman that's watching that, give her an ultimatum. Seriously, those Kardashian women, they're all a bunch of witches. All right, and I don't mean like Wizard of Oz witches. I mean, I'm talking like these women, like this. I mean, I don't see how you become famous for nothing. But let's continue. But these guys, you know, that's why the guy's walking around. He said he going around the circle. Did you mind it? I didn't mind it. I didn't mind getting butt ass naked, you know, swinging around my Johnson. Did you mind my Johnson swinging around? Did you mind that? And he said, no, I didn't mind it. Look at him tucking in his lip. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't mind it. He probably liked what he saw. He probably said, hey, screw the Bachelorette. Let's both be bachelors for the night. But the guys that do this stuff, most likely they're pansexuals. They like everything. Men, women, toasters, whatever. There's a lot of freaked out guys out there too. But let's continue.
If like we could have said no,
Right.
But I just don't get, because you weren't there. Like,
All right,
why?
so it doesn't matter if I was there or not. I can have my own opinion about it, and I didn't bring it up with really like any of y'all.
No, I know, but once you start saying it, it makes us three look like because we're the ones that did it willingly.
You can argue that with anyone you want. Don't argue.
Well, you do look like an idiot because you did it willingly. See, but that's what it is. See, when it comes to the straight man, because I mean, obviously, a guy that's not willingly going along with that, like, I mean, come on, like taking off your clothes in front of other men, and I mean, come on, let's be serious, all right? No man in their right mind is getting butt naked for one chick in front of a bunch of dudes, all right, on live television, unless he's not already used to that kind of behavior, or he's already accustomed to that kind of behavior, or most likely he deals with more than just females. But see, that's what's happening. See, the bisexual man is becoming the straight man, as the straight man is becoming more and more obsolete, more and more exiled. All right. But I just want to keep, I know I'm going off, I'm digressing a lot, but I just want to keep things in perspective of why do women believe that they can be able to sleep with all these different men. And I've already explained through that article why it's not really good. I mean, women at the end of the day are receivers. So for a woman to receive many male partners, you're taking in every one of those men. Now, when men have different women sexual partners, they take on some of that woman, but not as much. Okay? Because see, a man's mind is prone to just very much tunnel vision. Once a man is dead set on something, he kind of just doesn't even worry about anything else. Like a man on his purpose, believe me, a man on his purpose, he's not worrying about sex. He worrying about his purpose, what he's supposed to be doing, and the only time he's worrying about sex is if it's right there in front of his face and it's about to go down. All right. So I don't want to keep hearing about this thing where men are thinking about sex 7.9 seconds of the day. No, it's the difference between a thought and just sitting somewhere pondering. All right. Majority of men that are on their purpose, they're not thinking about sex. All right. Yeah, it's a thought. Yeah, they see a chick walk past and, a thought comes to your head. Damn, I wonder what she'd look like butt ass naked. You know what I mean? But other than that, nah. Most men on their purpose, they not even thinking about sex. So ladies, y'all gotta calm down with that rhetoric. All right? Women in nature are very sexual people, very sexual creatures. All right? But they want to put the onus on you that you're the one with the problem. You see what I'm saying? Because somebody like King Solomon today, they'll have some female psychologist say, "Oh, he's a woman. He's a womanizer. Yeah, he's a womanizer. He's this. He's that. He's he's a sex addict." But a woman with many partners, she's sexually liberated. She's she's a sought after woman. She's a woman of wise. A woman of wisdom, a woman of knowledge and understanding, and in full control of her mind and body. All right. So we're gonna let this continue a little more. I want to see actually where they're going, because these guys are just gonna they're just gonna keep. I think the black guy's about to say something. Hold on, let me see if the black guy says something. I've never seen this before. Hold on.
But
I
it
brought
seems
up to the person we were there
hypocritical
for.
In a way.
No, not in a
Yeah,
way.
it was. It was kind of.
Listen, I'm sorry you can't express like how you feel like as a man to someone, but like that's how I
Yelling
am.
and screaming, yelling and screaming like that, and demeaning.
Because he didn't
Yosef,
talk about
Yosef,
the date. I think we can all like
Yosef.
go back and see. Hold on a second. I think we all.
And you see why he quieted him down, and he just turned away, because he already knows that this particular black man is just a damn simp, and he's gonna go along with anything because he has no real identity. And I told you about that in my other video. And I was thinking about taking that video down, but I think I'm going to just go over it again and I'm going to sift it out. But I do want to keep that part in there about the liberal black man. The liberal black man, he has no identity. All right. He has forsaked his conscience on what is right and what is wrong. That's why that Caucasian man was able to shut him up. And the camera, and see, that's what I said. Hollywood, they know who you are, black man. They know who you are. That's why that Caucasian man was able to, hold on, man. Hold on. Shut up, nigga. Because I already know who you are. And like I said, and just by that rebuttal, 9 times out of 10, the way he was able to shut him down like that, I do agree. I do keep up with my assumption that he was raised in a single parent household. Because let me tell you something. If I saw my son up there like that, my next phone call to him is, take my name off. Take my name off. First of all, you letting somebody debase you like that on live television, and you getting naked for some woman on a TV show? Nah, man. We need to have a talk. We need to talk about this, because see, this black man right here, he's most likely, like I said, he was raised by a single mother that most likely raised him to be a servant of woman. He was not raised to be a man, and that's very unfortunate. But women, especially black women, if you are a liberal, highly liberal women, and you don't respect the masculinity, the masculine trait of a man, and how important it is for a boy to be a man, you can put yourself in that category as well. That makes you a man hater. There are probably more man haters out here than anything. They're called female praying mantis. All right, the female praying mantis, and you look it up, the female praying mantis, once she's done copulating with the male praying mantis, she bites the head off. All right. There's a lot of man-hating women out here. All right. Well, let's continue.
Back and see that conversation started out very calm, cool, and collected. It didn't like accelerate until Claire started talking about my daughter.
Because you controlled the whole conversation. And when she tried to express and say, Yosef, I completely understand where you're coming from. No, shut the up, Yosef. Then you just took it to a whole.
You see that? See Yosef, he's one of them bulls where like, look, I already know all you guys are fucking simps. That's why he's smiling. He's like chuckling a little bit. He's like, I already know where I'm at. And 9 times out of 10, this guy, he went out his way to be on the show. And most likely he probably said, well, let me see if I can get this chick. Probably get a little money for it. I can make something out. I can make a name for myself. But let me tell you something. Out of the 2020 season, he is the most memorable. He's the most memorable part because he called out the whole show for what it really is. And honestly, The Bachelorette is a very shame. I mean, I think a woman of integrity will never find herself on a show like this. All right. Let's just fast forward a little bit. Maybe they'll show I think the black man speaks. He's upset. The black man's upset. Yusef looking at me. I'm like, yeah, Yusef, I got you, bro. I understand. The black man's upset, but you gotta let him talk.
Father of my children. I mean,
you came at her, you called her classless, you were out of line, you're a terrible person.
Well, why
Ladies,
didn't y'all run up to me and tell me when I...
Wow, look at him. He's so in his feelings. Relax, dude. Like, is she even gonna choose you? Is she even gonna choose you? Did she choose you? Look at her. He finally got a word in, and that you called her classless. You said this. Well, you know what? A woman that's asking a bunch of men to get naked for her at her own beckoning, that's a woman that just wants to do what she wants to do. All right, and classless just means that you have some kind of integrity. All right, you have some kind of restraint. You know, you hear a dirty joke, you don't necessarily laugh. You just, okay, next one. You know, that's class. Class is just restraint. Class is integrity. Class is having a sense of honor. There is no honor in shows like this. So, black man, you may need to you may need to figure out who you are before you start debasing another man for standing up for what he believes in.
You called her classless, you were out of line, you're a terrible person.
Well, why didn't y'all run up to me and tell me when I was walking out? Why
y'all
gotta wait a few months to tell me?
I'm telling you. He said, ladies, watch out. And he most likely is a pansexual too. You know, all these guys wearing purple and all this, you know. Like, come on. They have had these guys probably pansexuals. You know, they get it in with anything and everything. All right, that's why they're more. This is like I said. This whole scene was telling because they had to play this out because this is the rise of the bisexual man, the pansexual man, and weeding out the heterosexual man. And as usual, they have the black man right there in lockstep with them. All right, let's continue.
Right now, and we are only 10 feet from each other.
Come on.
No, seriously. Wait. I am 10 feet from you, and I am telling you right now.
Not just Riley. We're all telling you how it is right now.
Yeah, man. I think the most shocking thing is that you have no regret or remorse. Not only are you owning the behavior...
Telling the woman she's acting like a whore when she's acting like a whore, that's truth. And a lot of these guys don't know truth because a lot of these guys, they don't believe in moderation. They don't believe in, you know, and there's plenty of stories out there like this. Women that believe that there was a story out there about a woman and a man who are in a open relationship. And the woman pretty much put her man on a schedule, telling him, hey, these are the guys that I'm going to be sleeping with this month. And, you know, we'll just call it date night. But you can have sex with whoever you want to too. That's the trade-off. But see, a woman that thinks like that, Be careful of a woman that says you can have girlfriends too, because she knows what kind of man she's dealing with. And 9 times out of 10, the woman wants full control. All right. That's why they'll tell a guy that can't normally get girls on their own anyway. They'll tell a guy and say, hey, you can have girlfriends too. Just know that I'm number one. But let me tell you something. She knows you, guy. She knows you can't get no girls. All right. But she can get a lot of guys. She can get a lot of guys. She most likely already have about 3 or 4 guys in her phone that she wants to have some kind of sexual relationship with. These are things that men need to know for 2021, especially men that are coming up right now. They're 14, 15, 16, high school guys. If you don't know it, and look, and here's the thing, guys. They're simping on all levels. They're simping on all levels, all right? There's your extreme simp where it's been 6 months to a year and you still trying to get with this chick. Just stop. Just stop. That's extreme simpage. All right. To your lowest, where you'll compliment the chick, you'll compliment her and say, "Hey, girl, you look good today. I like that. Oh yeah, that's what you wearing? All right, bet. You know what? You gonna have me break all the traffic laws coming to get you if you wearing that tonight." Now that's your lowest form. That's your lowest form. I can't believe I said that. But that's your lowest form of simping. That's like just regular, hey, she know what I want. I know what she want. And most likely, if you're able to say that to a girl and get her to laugh or smile, yeah, you probably know what you're doing anyway. But I'm gonna let this play out.
But the way in which you went about it is really shocking.
I respect y'all's opinion, but I have my own opinion, and I'm going to stand by that.
So just so we're clear, when you watch that, you're like, that's cool. I would never mind anyone talking to my daughter like that.
See? Then they want to bring in the hypothetical daughter, the hypothetical mother. Oh, you don't like women. Would you talk to your mother like that? Would you talk to your daughter like that? Let me tell you something, lady. I'm not fucking my daughter. All right? I'm not having sex with my mother. Okay? So a lot of you women out there that use that excuse, that say like, well, would you talk like that to your mother? I was like, well, I'm not trying to sleep with my mom. I'm trying to sleep with you. Okay, you're not my mother, but see, that's the dynamic effect, right? That's how a lot of these women out here, they only think on maybe 2 or 3 different levels, most likely 2 levels. All right. They either want to be the center of your world or they want to be in charge of your world. All right. They either want to be the center of your world or they want to be in charge of your world. And they got jackasses like this guy. All right. Right. That say, so you wouldn't mind if a man was talking to your daughter like that? Or do you hate your mother? Or you hate your daughter? Would you? Look, man, screw that. All right. Women have been independent from men since 1948. All right. If women don't like how men are treating them in 2021, let me tell you something, ladies. You got a problem? You want a traditional man? Then you need to go back to being a traditional woman. All right. You want a husband provider? Then maybe you need to be a housewife. You need to learn how to be a wife. You want a husband? Be a wife. You want a father? You want a father figure in your kid's life? Be a mother. Okay? Because see, most men, like this Yusuf guy, he's a 3-dimensional thinker. And that's why they're putting him to task right now, because he's not following the rhetoric of what's supposed to be happening. All right, let's continue.
If like my daughter did something like that, I would hope someone would call her out.
Ooh, look at that. Yeah, woo. Yeah, I know. Yeah, because you know why? Because he's not like you guy. Look at this guy. He must be high on something. He's had the same look on his face. This dude right he's had the same look on his face. He's high. He's high. Well, he probably tight ass pants. I mean, my God. I mean, relax. All right, ain't no chicks here. But anyway, but yeah, check it out. I mean, like, yo, I mean, look, listen to what he just said. And look at his face. He's like, what you mean? Like, what? You mean to tell me you would let a man talk to your daughter like that? But he's right. Look at this.
Like that, I would hope someone would call her out.
Exactly. He said it
something
right.
like that, I would hope someone would call.
Cool. I
Say
would
it
never
again.
mind anyone talking to my daughter like that.
Look at that.
If like my daughter did something like that, I would hope someone would call her out.
Amen.
I rarely do this. I want to try to help you help yourself. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in 20 years, but that was really not a good look. It just the way it escalated, the way you spoke. But what I would see that and Clay.
Yeah, whatever, dude. We know you're a simp. We know you're a simp.
Obviously, whatever chemistry and good feeling.
Just want to catch that picture of that. I guess this is 2021 Bachelorette. Come on. Come on. All right. So, I guess this is the next one. Or was this her? This is a black woman now. Supposedly black woman. Yeah, she's got all these things. Say Tashaya. Is that her name? Someone get Tashaya a heart stat, a rose stat. This is who this next one is. My TV is ready for Tashaya. Who is she? The Bachelorette. This is the next woman. So, like I said, a lot of these women are well over 30. They're well over 35, 30, 35, 40 years old. Let me tell you something. The women that are on these shows, they gave up on having a family a long time ago. All right. And a lot of these women, they emulate the women of today. All right. A lot of women have given up on families. A lot of women, they don't want the man in the household. All right. Even if you are a husband, and even if you are the man of the house per se, let me tell you something. That is your wife's house. Okay. The person that is there the most, that is their house. You just live there. All right. It's one thing that women do that men don't, is nesting. Women nest. All right. Now that's a good thing and it might be a bad thing. You may have a woman that's nesting and she's not supposed to be there nesting. All right. But a woman that doesn't nest, that's a woman for the streets. All right. That's just how it is. A woman that's always, you got to watch your woman. You know, she's always ready to run out somewhere and I gotta go. I'll be right back. All right, bye. Like any woman like that broad is out of her fucking mind. You know what I mean? They always gotta go out to the store for something. They always gotta do something. You know, they can never sit still. You know, that's not your wife. All right, fellas, that's not your wife. All right, and most men, they have an idea of what they want their wife to be like. All right, that's just how it is. All right, and look, you can say what you want. You can say what you want. I think I found it.
I told you from the beginning I'm going to be open on.
All right, so I think this is I had a lot of things I want to talk about, but maybe I might do a part 2. Who knows? Or maybe I might just let this fly out. Let this be an hour and some change. This is a good topic. I might just let this ride out, you know, and show you everything that I have to show you. And well, let's see what happens. This is the actual confrontation between Yusef and Claire. Red flags. All right, let's do this. Now, obviously, this was covered by so many people, but this goes into my series. This is what I want to do is YouTube. I can care less what another person's done with another video. It is what it is. They not me. They not Sam B. And they not. And this is the tune-up show. So a lot of people, you're gonna get a lot of biases, but I'm gonna come shooting straight. All right, let's do it, baby.
Like, who's willing to strip down butt naked and play?
Ooh.
There's
Actually, you can probably pick up from right now.
And I feel like a lot of these guys, they're appeasing you. If I had been on that date, I sure as hell wouldn't have crossed that line. Not in a million years would I be caught dead doing that. All right? Like, if my daughter saw me doing that, if my family saw me doing that, like, think of the thought that they would have. Think of the example that would be.
Exactly. That is a man on his purpose. And look, and you can see her, like, you can see the conflict in her face. She's pissed, but she's turned on at the same time. Now, most likely, this woman, she ran into a man like this before. She ran into a man like this maybe in her college years, maybe 5 years ago, maybe even a year ago before she got on the show. Trust me, she's used to hearing a man like this. And most likely, this is a woman that's probably very damaged. I have to honestly say that any woman that can get on a show like this and just kind of like, you know, be waving her wand around, and that's a very damaged woman. Okay, and I'm not saying that to any disparaging to her. I'm just calling it what it is. You know. That's just what it is. And he's not even, I don't know when it got disrespectful, but you got a lot of woman worshipers out there that are men. And they believe the woman should be allowed to do what they want. Because the only man that really believes that is most likely a man that's out of order himself. Okay? Because let me tell you something. If you're with shit, look, if you with me, because, see, I hold myself to a certain standard my damn self. I mean, I talk to girls, I flirt, I do whatever I do. But I hold myself to a certain standard myself. And you're just not, if you're with me, you're not, that's out of the question. You're not going to just do what you want. All right, I'm a nice guy, but I ain't no bitch either. All right? Well, let's continue.
Setting.
That's why you were not on that date.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. See, she already knew that he wasn't down with that. She could tell by his spirit because she's met a man like this. Most likely her father is probably like this. You know, you hear a lot of women out there that say, you know, they don't want a man just like their father, but then they end up marrying a man that's just like their father. This is a woman that ran away from that. She most likely despised her father because she was what you will call now a liberated woman. And no one's going to tell her anything. All right? But I'm going to tell you something. When it comes to these liberal women, they die alone. They die alone because they do not respect the masculine principle. They do not respect men. Most likely they hate their father for trying to even invoke any kind of structure or order in their lives. Okay, women like this die alone. Okay?
I'm seriously glad I wasn't. I was so appalled. A completely classless display. I expected a lot more from the oldest bachelorette that's ever been. And I can't believe that actually occurred. That's not the type of example I want set for my daughter. You're not setting the right example for.
You see her face? She's going through a major the eye twitching, the head nod, the head bob. She's going through a very, in the MK Ultra, right? The blinking of the eyes. I'm gonna get that in context real fast. Let me see. She's all wide-eyed right here. And so as he going into all these diatribes of honor, respect, integrity, look at her face.
Kurt, that's not the type of example I want set for my daughter. You're not setting the right example for my daughter. Like, I feel like I even have to explain.
You see that? All the blinking and like she has a conflict within her brain. All right, she has a conflict. And see, this is what happens to women when, you know, they are quote unquote sexually liberated. All right. When they hear men like this, it's breaking their programming. Because see, no woman is built like this. Okay. A woman becomes this. A woman becomes promiscuous. A woman becomes a whore, you know, and I'm sorry to say that. I don't want to be too vulgar, but I'm trying to bring the truth here. So if you have virgin ears or impressionable ears, or you just don't think I need to be the one saying this, then I'm sorry, but I gotta say it. I gotta tell it like it is. This is the Tuna Show. I'm saying B. Have a coconut smile. Shut up. But anyway, this is it. When it comes to women like this, and with the blinking of the eyes, that's known in MK mind control sessions, where the asset is breaking and the program that was instilled in that person is being interrupted. All right. Let's continue. You know what? I'm gonna make this 2 parts. Yeah, I'm gonna make this 2 parts because this is good. This is real good. I like this. This is good. This is real good. I don't mean to cut it up like this, or you know, but yeah, I'm gonna make 2 parts of this because this is good. I think I'm gonna show the rest of the videos in the second part, and it may not be an hour. I don't know. Let's just see. Let's see how it goes. You know, let's see what God's gonna do. All right. Yeah. Catch me on part 2, guys. Be right back.